All right, I am live. What is up, everyone? The lighting is on point today, thank God. Everything is right. Oh, my nose is super red. What's new, right? Just kidding. All right, let's see here. All right, got everything going on. So I'm going to try to put links to I'm going to try to put timestamps to all the questions or points in the video. I've been doing that for the last two videos. It takes me a little while, so it might not be up right away. But I'm definitely going to put up some timestamps to keep things organized so people can flow with where they want to go in the video and stuff like that. I think that's really valuable for a live video anyway. How's everyone doing? I see some watchers here. Let's see here. Just waiting on some folks to ask some questions here. In the meantime, hey, there we go. Miguel Angel Cabrera says, hi, David. I was really shocked with your opinion on Dior Homme Parfum. To me, it's a true masterpiece. I mean, everyone to each his own, right? So I always want to keep it 100% real and honest when it comes to my opinion. I just think that Dior Homme Parfum was just not a really good release. It was, to me, it was really kind of just tacked on. It didn't really remind me too much of the original and had a real kind of harsh vibe to it. I just didn't care for it. Chris Fairborn says two. From. SLVR TTZX, good morning at my desk at work. Hey, good morning. In your cube. Are you wearing Office for Men? Let me know. Robert Quinlan, keep this up. I'm popping to the pub and watch it when I get back. Hey, how you doing? Thank you, Robert. Chris Fairborn says, top 3 frags of all time. Let's see, top 3. That would be hard. Definitely Green Irish Tweed would be probably at the top for me. I think that Ombre Nuit by Dior would be up there. And I think for a third one would be the hardest one to pick. I think those first two would definitely be up there. The third one would share spots with, it'd be hard. It'd be like a fight, like a tournament. It needs to be like a tournament battle between these. It'd be a fight between like Oud Wood by Tom Ford, Eccentric 04 by Eccentric Molecules. I think, what's another one that is a great one? Man. I think those two would be in a spot for number 3. Pure Malt would probably be up there with number 3. That would be just the hardest one, but those are some anyway. Daniel Tall says, salute. Hey, how you doing? SLVR TTZX. Ah, man, that name. Says, haha, Office for Men. Great first fragrance name? Question mark, nope. I'm wearing Creed Aventus today. Yeah, there you go, Creed Aventus. Hillary Schwartz, sup, Daver? Hey, how you doing, Hillary? Arnold, Dave, new subscriber here. Arnold from in Boston, really enjoying your content. So thank you for that. Thank you, Arnold. I appreciate that. You know what? I go up to Boston every year in the summertime. I have some family that live in that area. My grandmother lives in Weston, and my aunt, she did live in Wayland, but she moved. But they live in that area, around the Boston area. I have another aunt and uncle who live in, aunt and her husband, who live in Medford, and we go to Cape Cod up there for a couple of days too, because there's my aunt has a vacation home up there. They're really not rich. Well, my aunt might be rich. I'm not really sure, but yeah, they have a vacation home. It's a conservative house. It's not like extravagant like you would think from saying a vacation house in Cape Cod, but it's very nice and comfortable, and we have a great time. So hey, from Mobile, Alabama, hello in Boston. Mujtaba Al-Helu says, from Iraq, greetings and live. What are your suggestions for a hell-like country where you melt down in the first 5 minutes. Oh man, I'm not sure. I haven't worn fragrances in heat that bad before. Here in Alabama, it gets pretty hot. In the summer, it'll definitely get in the 90s, 90-degree Fahrenheit. I don't know what that would be in Celsius, but that's really hot. It's not as hot as places in Texas or Arizona where it can get over 100 easily, but it can get pretty hot down here. But also down here, we have a lot of humidity, which is the opposite of really arid places. I'm not sure how Iraq is with how arid it is. I would assume that it's probably pretty dry and hot. But I usually, honestly, for really hot places, I just stick with things that really work well for summer, like citrusy fragrances, maybe even lighter fragrances. That's usually what I like to wear. Atelier Colognes is fantastic for that type of weather. Even some other hitters like Dior Homme Cologne, which I've been wearing a ton of this summer, has been great for me. So those are some suggestions anyway. DFW Shade, still working, home office, went back to an older scent recently. Any thoughts on the Prada Infusion line? So the Prada Infusion line is interesting. I haven't tried all of them. I do not really like Infusion Dome, but I haven't tried Infusion Vetiver. And I think I tried Infusion Therese, and I thought it was okay. The whole Prada line is a really interesting line in general. I think they do a good job of having that kind of accessible, clean fragrance going on. Infusion Dome was a lot like kind of a heavy shampoo-like fragrance to me. And I thought that was okay, but I didn't really love it. And there was something almost metallic in there that I didn't particularly love. And so it was a little bit cloying on me. So for that reason, I thought I got off-put by that. Because it's a soapy type fragrance, having something that's soapy and cloying at the same time is automatically a negative for me. I've heard that Infusion de Vetiver was really good, but I've never tried that one. Infusion de Reese, like I said, I don't remember having a strong opinion about that one, so I probably just thought it was just okay. Fragrance Addicted 15. What's up, Daver? Hey, how are you doing? Fragrance Addicted. Luke Logan, hi, Daver. You're a legend and true to the game. What's your take on Sauvage Parfum? Greetings from UK. Hashtag legend. Also, what's your opinion on Luna Rosa Carbon as a more smooth Sauvage ET? I haven't tried any of those, honestly. I've been looking for Sauvage Carbon. I'm sorry, Prada Luna Rosa Carbon. I can't find it in my area whenever I go to my normal places. Like, I usually always check out a Sephora whenever I go to the mall. So I haven't found it there. I've been looking. I need to get a sample. That's really what I need to do. I just need to buy one. But I have heard that it smells like Sauvage, but better, which that could be a good thing. I really like Sauvage. To me, if Carbon doesn't have that beautiful bergamot note, it will not be as beautiful. That's the thing that really got me with Sauvage in the first place, was that beautiful, beautiful bergamot that was just heavenly. I really love that a lot. As for Sauvage Parfum, I haven't tried that one yet, but I do know that I'm getting some soon. So stay tuned for a review on that. Fragrance Addicted 15, are you Alabama fan or Auburn? I'm Auburn, man. War Eagle. My son is a big Auburn fan too, but my wife is an Alabama fan. So there's always that constantly, that kind of bickering, joking, ball busting type of thing going on in our house, which is always fun. Mr. 1181 says, have you tried Whittian Liwa? It's your favorite. It's my favorite fragrance, he says. I haven't tried that one. I've heard it. I've heard the line. Haven't tried that one though. I need to look into that line. I've heard it before, and have heard it suggested and heard some good things about it, but I haven't tried them yet. One of the all-time most challenging things about being a reviewer is constantly trying to keep up, and it's constantly a losing battle. Even if you get sent things all the time, it's a losing battle. Vance Hockaday, cool name, man. Isn't that a cool name? Wearing Leighton exclusive today. Awesome. That's a good one, man. I like that one a lot. How cold is it over where you are, Vance? Because to me, that one is like the perfect cool weather scent. Chris Fairbarn, what am I wearing right now? I'm actually not wearing anything just yet. I went for a walk this morning and I just got out of the shower, so I haven't worn anything yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to wear today. Maybe I'll help you. Maybe you guys can help me decide. But I got a few things here. So a couple of things I got new. I got Rolling in Love from by Kilian. So by the way, I have a news segment on new fragrances that are coming out either tonight or tomorrow. One of those two. I'll have that out. And Rolling in Love from by Kilian is one of their new ones. And it's supposed to be for women. It's supposed to be very floral. As you can see, it's a very floral thing here. So I got this from, I think I got this from Neiman's, like a promotional thing or whatever from one of their salesmen. So got that. We'll try this. I got to get a scent strip. And then I got these two, the new Clive Christian, the, what are these called? I forgot. Something 20. Icon 20. Yeah, so Icon 20, there's both a feminine one and a masculine one. So I have those. I think I have both of them. Let me see. Yeah, I got the masculine and the feminine one both here. So we can try those today. And then I got this. I don't think this is new, but it's new to me. This is Banana Public 78 Vintage Green. So we'll see how this is too. I got this from a company. So I'm not sure how I'm going to react to this one, but we'll see how it is. Now let's get some questions real quick, and I'll get to smelling those real quick. Centaur Fragrance. Hey, my friend. Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Centaur? Andrea C. says, hello from Croatia. Wow, awesome. Hey, how are you doing? Scent of the day, Zarco Perfume Molecule. Wow, I haven't heard of that one. I got to check them out. Juan Carlos, thoughts on Tom Ford Vert Dunsance? I didn't really like it. I thought it was okay. That whole Vert line was really strange. One of them, I forget which one it was, smelled like pickles, and another one smelled like kind of like a hippie. It was not a very good line, I didn't think. Tom Ford is another one, man. They need a winner soon because they haven't made a winner in a long time. Centaur, what is Rolling in Love like? Let me try it out. Let me see here. Let me get some strips real quick. Hold on one second. I forgot. Talk some to yourself. All right. So let me try it real quick. Rolling in Love. Let's try Rolling in Love. Now this one is supposed to be, they say it's supposed to be like a really sensual skin musk type of thing. But you know how they are with their descriptions. They're always terrible with the descriptions. The inviting and energetic, sophisticated. They're terrible. Wow. It's actually really good. Maybe someone can get the notes for this because I don't have the notes on hand. So if someone could look on Fragrantica and get the notes for Rolling in Love from by Kilian, we can go through that real quick. And thank you to whoever does that. Let's see, I don't think they have the, they don't have the notes on here. It's a musky floral scent. Wow. Something sweet in there. This is amazing. Wow. Holy cow. Oh. That is stunning. So it is a floral scent. I think so I think there's a rose note in there. There's like a vanilla thing in the background. Something else. There's like a fruity sweet thing going on. It's amazing. I know there's a lot of white florals that it says in here. I do get some kind of white floral presence, but it's not like old or grandmotherly. It's really sexy. Wow. Man, that is a winner. Rolling in Love. I love it. Vance Hockaday says it's in the 80s today, but I really don't like my summer scents as much as I do Leighton Exclusive, with the exception of Silver Mountain Water, which is in my all-time favorites, which is my all-time favorite, but I try to keep that for special occasions. Yeah, I totally understand. Silver Mountain Water is great. Senator says, not bad, doing good. Got Hardee's. I love their breakfast. They do have a good breakfast, man. They have really good biscuits. I was telling someone that I went and did a live on a Facebook group, a private Facebook group called Oh My Soul. And there are a couple of people from the UK that were wondering they're asking me what a biscuit is, what we call biscuits. Because I think what people in the UK, correct me if I'm wrong, what people in the UK call a biscuit is like what we call a cookie. So, but what we call a biscuit is more like what they call a scone. So it gets really confusing. Don't even get me started on chips. But anyway, Hardee's has really good what we call biscuits. And they have like biscuits and gravy down here in the South, which Senator, what state are you in, Senator? I know you said you're in the South. Juan Carlos says, thanks for your input. You're welcome. SR Presu says, greetings from Spain. Hot day wearing Virgin Island water. Yeah, there you go. I'm not a huge fan of Virgin Island water, but I totally get it. I know a lot of people do. Senator Fragrance says, I see what you're saying. Tom Ford needs a top seller. I totally agree. I think ombre leather is fantastic, but is it selling really well? I'm not sure. I think it might be. What is great about ombre leather is that it smells very similar to Tuscan leather, which in itself is very redundant. But at the same time, ombre leather, from what I gather, maybe I'm wrong, but ombre leather is more in their regular line. It's not in their private collection, so it's more accessible, easier to find, and cheaper. So I think that's really good for them. In some ways, I think that their private collection is not as good as their regular mainline Tom Ford line. The regular Tom Ford line has some incredible winners. Tom Ford Noir Extreme, even Tom Ford Noir, Grey Vetiver, Sahara Noir, Black Orchid. Those are all really good. And the new, ombre leather, I think those are all really good. The private collection, man, it has been going downhill for a while. Let's see. Scorp Target says, how about Patchouli 24 from Le Labo? Have a great day, brother. Patchouli 24 is interesting. I would not say that it's something that I love, but I think it's okay. And it's one that I don't hate, but I still don't love it. I do think it had kind of like a, if I'm not mistaken, it had like a beef jerky type of thing going on. Maybe I'm thinking of another one, but Patchouli 24 was okay. Arnold says, Dave, are you much of a patchouli guy? I'm looking to add some patchouli-based frags to the collection. Picked up patchouli incense from Nikolai the other day. So I have a love-hate relationship with patchouli. I like it, but I don't love it when it's really heavy. Sometimes fragrances can get it really good, and sometimes they can't. So one fragrance that I think is really great at patchouli is by Serge Lutens. It's Borneo 1865? It's 18-something. I don't remember the name. But it's Borneo 18-something. And that one is very much patchouli, almost a little bit chocolatey, but not in a sweet way. Very kind of dry chocolate. It's excellent for a patchouli scent. I generally like patchouli in the background and not as much in the foreground because I think it gets kind of annoying as a note for me. But there's some other ones. Dior Patchouli Imperial, which is a discontinued fragrance. That was excellent patchouli. I mean, man, that was really good. It had almost like this tobacco quality to it that was really good. Like you can feel how dry it was, and it was excellent. Okay, Senator says, Rolling in Love has ambrette, which is muskmellow, almond milk. Oh, maybe a little bit. That might be one thing I'm smelling. Freesia, that's the sweet thing I'm smelling. Iris, yeah. Vanilla, yep. Musk, yes. Tuberose. Okay, tuberose is the white floral presence, but it's not like, it's a very, very mild tuberose for sure. Tonka, yeah. He says that, yeah, I'm right about the scones. Sanitar, I try to keep a secret. Okay. Fragrance Addicted 15. Do I love Milo's hamburgers? Oh, yeah, I love Milo's. We used to have a Milo's here in Mobile, but then it closed. And so in Birmingham, which we have friends that live in Birmingham. I love the Birmingham area. Maybe one day I'll move there. I really love it that much. But I love Birmingham. And in Birmingham, I think that's where Milo's started. And they have really good burgers. It's not like it's the best burger I've ever had. Obviously it's a fast food type of burger, but I love it. I love how seasoned it is. I love the barbecue sauce that it has. I love their fries. I mean, they do a lot of really good stuff. Andrea C says, do you like Beaufort London Iron Duke? I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to try to get some. I've really been wanting to try the Beaufort line. I've heard a lot of good things from people, especially on the chat, about Beaufort London. So I really want to try it, especially Iron Duke. Iron Duke is one of the top ones I want to try. And if I get Beaufort, I will definitely do a first impressions live, just so you know. Lifestyle NV says, hello, you have a great channel and I really appreciate your suggestions. Thank you. I appreciate that. Lifestyle NV, my favorite summer fragrance is Silver Mountain Water, but it's expensive, so I don't wear it as much as I want. Do you know any similar smelling fragrances? Al Rahab Silver doesn't cut it for me. Not really. The only one that I think is similar is Xerjoff Mephisto, and I think that's even better than Silver Mountain Water, but it's a lot more expensive. If you like that style, I definitely think it's worth at least getting a sample just to try it, but I know that's not your question. You're wanting one that's a cheaper one that you can wear more often. And I'm not really sure. Definitely check if you're already into clones, which you said Al Rahab. Check out Dua. I'm sure Dua has something like that. Scorp Target, love it. Thanks for the opinion on Jerky 24. Yeah, I was right then. That's the one that smells like jerky. Chris Fairbarn, why would a company, let's use Mugler as an example, not put out a flanker to improve a successful frag? Like making a parfum version of Mugler cologne knowing it has performance issues. I think it's a number of things. I think one of the things they want to do is they want a fragrance that will sell. And they also want to not cut into their own market. So I think one of the reasons why some of these parfum versions are coming out and they smell different is that they know that people want a stronger fragrance, but they also know that people won't buy the same fragrance two times in a row. They're not going to buy a redundant fragrance for them. So in order to try to do something for their own interest, I think what they do, seems like this is their strategy anyway, they make a stronger fragrance with that name, but they change the notes around and make that as kind of the stronger parfum version. As to your question, why would a company not put out a flanker? I mean, I think most companies in that kind of mainstream realm, I don't think they're thinking like that. I think they're thinking we do need to make a flanker to capitalize on something. I think in some ways, I think they're just doing it in a way that maybe fragrance nuts like us don't really appreciate. I think too, being in that position as a company has a little bit different pressures than I think we realize. So I can only imagine that it must be difficult to try to be profitable and make money while at the same time still be considered doing something that's great and making a good fragrance. So they have the opportunity of following the trends or setting the trends. Following the trends is a lot less risky on their part, but the trade-off is that they will make something that won't be very profound and may be outdated in a few years. Setting the trend is a lot more risky, and it could be that it will totally flop, and it won't be, it won't be very popular. It won't, set the trend to come. Trendsetters are companies like Dior and Chanel. A lot of their releases set the trend for what's coming out. There are other trendsetters in the past, like Mugler has been a trendsetter. Trying to think of some more. Cool Water definitely was a trendsetter. Ralph Lauren used to be a trendsetter. So I think that they're definitely thinking that they do want to make a flanker. But as your question about Mugler Cologne parfum, I think one of the biggest things that some people don't understand is you can make a parfum version. It doesn't mean that it will be dramatically stronger. And for them to make a parfum version, they also have to look at the cost of things too. If something is going to cost them greater than their comfort level with juice cost, then they're probably not going to do that. For Mugler Cologne, I don't know if I want a parfum version of Mugler Cologne. I think that would, to me, be too cloying. I think that it's, as it stands, I think it's the perfect amount. Like that type of fragrance, which is a soapy, clean, green fragrance, sits in the perfect range. So that was a long answer to your question. Arnold asked, thanks for your Rex, man, and what was that fragrance you described as a caramel forest? That needs to go on my list, too. Let me go get it. It's Corrigan by Luban. All right. It's this one, Arnold. Corrigan by Luban. Excellent, excellent fragrance. Absolutely love this one, especially in the cooler weather. Can't wait to wear it more. I have a couple other from Luban too. I have Idole, which is incredible. It's incredible. It's an incredible boozy fragrance. And then I also have Akkad, which is another amazing amber scent, like a spicy, woody amber. So good. Ooh, Corrigan, really, really good. The only thing that I would say about this, definitely sample it before you buy it. I think it's an instant love for me. But the one thing that I will say that some people will find that is definitely true is this comes across a little powdery. Some people don't mind that, and some people hate that. So if you're in the hate camp, try it before you buy it. To me, I don't mind powder if it's done really well. This was done perfectly. It's woody and caramelly, but not like in a gourmand way. It's airy. I would say that I wouldn't describe it as powdery necessarily, but like airy. So good. Whew. Smells really rich to me too. And it has, in the background, it has like this almost antique wood type of smell, which is really, really nice. Missing a lot of questions here. Let me go back here. Vance Hockaday lifestyle. Juan Carlos Costa Azura versus Oud Mineral for summer. I think it depends on what you're looking for. Oud Mineral is very dense, and I like it a lot. I would personally, instead of Oud Mineral, I would probably get Every Storm a Serenade by Imaginary Authors. Both of those are very similar. There's a slight difference in the notes, but Every Storm a Serenade I think is better, and but still remains that kind of summery thing. Both Oud Mineral and Every Storm a Serenade have this very woody, aromatic, and then salty sea thing going on, which I really like, but is a little bit dense. Costa Azura is very different, very summery and fruity and citrusy. So if you're wanting that, I think that Costa Azura probably works better in the summer, especially for daytime and casual wear. Fragrance Addicted. Yeah, I'm from Leeds, Alabama. Oh, hey, how are you doing? I don't know where Leeds is though. I know I've heard it. I just don't know exactly where. What city is it close to? Fragrance Addicted. Because I don't think I've traveled through it anyway. Daniel Tal, Daver, I'm crazy about tobacco note. Which frags would you name? As far as tobacco, definitely a few. I mean, Tobacco Vanille, obviously, I think that needs to be up there. What are some other ones that are really good? Herod, obviously. Herod by Parfums de Marley needs to go up there. If you like tobacco, also check out Parfums General. Which one is that one? Parfumerie Generale has one. Yeah, Cosé. Cosé. Definitely check out Cosé. I think Cosé is probably my favorite tobacco type of scent. Also Royal Oud. Now, Royal Oud is not tobacco scent, really, but Royal Oud reminds me of my granddad's pipe tobacco. My granddad used to smoke a pipe, which he passed away a few years ago. I have some of his pipes on a pedestal over here. And Royal Oud reminds me somewhat of his type of pipe tobacco. And I know pipe tobacco has different flavors and aromas, but it has kind of a tobacco type-like vibe, though it's not really a tobacco scent. Scorp Target, thoughts on Tonka Imperial? I got a nice compliment the other day, but they said it was nice and light and too close to my skin. I've liked it, but I want to try Fève Délicieuse from Dior. Tonka Imperial is okay. It was not my favorite, though. I found it was on the sweeter side, and it did, to me, feel like it was on the lighter side, too. I think Fève is better for a Tonka scent, but they're a little different. So Tonka Imperial goes more in that cherry sweet direction, whereas Fève Délicieuse is not really sweet to me. It's more of a semi-sweet type of scent. And I like it a lot. Also, if you're looking for that type of scent, check out Kismet from Luban, which I also have, which is amazing. Kismet, similar to Fève Délicieuse by Dior, but with kind of a citrusy type top. And also along that line is Meta Nectar by Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. And that one is very similar to Kismet and Fève Délicieuse, but with more tacked on top, like with some citrusy things. So Fève Délicieuse is kind of the same thing from beginning to end, whereas those other two, Kismet and Meta Nectar, similar, especially in the dry down, but they start in a different place. A little bit more citrusy, maybe almost floral, but more development. I like that. I actually appreciate that a little bit more now. Andrea says, thanks, you're welcome. Senator says, Magia by Bois 1920. Is that something you're wearing today? Not sure what that comment was about. Hillary Schwartz, you can get a 30 ml of Mephisto for about $105. I love the smaller Casamorati bottles. Yeah, they're beautiful, aren't they? Man. I really want some more Xerjoff. I like Mephisto a lot, too. Goriella 2019 says, the juice is ready. Lifestyle Envy is talking to Senator. Okay. Huffy Bravado. What a cool name. Says, what do you think about Parfums de Marley Herod? I love it. It's one of my favorites from Parfums de Marley. Wear it all the time. I've probably worn down about half the juice in that bottle. So yeah, I love it. Very great, watery, sweet, somewhat floral tobacco type of scent. I love it so much. It's definitely one that it gets compared to other fragrances that are tobacco scents and sweet, somewhat like maybe Pure Havane, though it doesn't smell like Pure Havane, but it gets kind of compared to that just because they're in kind of the same area. but they're not clones. But it's one fragrance that I think that Parfums de Marly has done so well at making and is really unique in a lot of ways, just because some of their other fragrances, like some of their newer ones, seem to share similarities with certain kind of mainstream kind of designer fragrances. And I think that's the direction that they want to go in, to make something that is very high quality. It smells high quality, but is very accessible. I think that's a really admirable goal. But Parfums de Marley Herod, it was before kind of the new age of Parfums de Marly. So that was when they made a fragrance that I think smells a little bit more unique, and I like a lot. Dry Silva says, "Hi, Daver. What's your favorite Parfums vintage fragrance?" Just kidding, buddy. Keep it real as usual. Oh, man. Yeah, no comment. Centaur Fragrance says, La Adventure Blanche by Al Harmon is affordable, but more citrusy Silver Mountain Water. Oh, there you go. There's a good Silver Mountain Water clone-ish type of thing. Griella 2019, new packages, limited, soon ready, hurry, batch number 2. Yeah, like who cares about a batch? Is it any different from the original one? I really don't understand this. I think that he is desperate for marketing at this point. So he's talking about his batch like it makes a difference. If it's that different from the first one, I don't know why he just doesn't name it something different or make it a flanker. Maybe he doesn't have the money to make a new release at the time. I don't know. Let me get some water real quick. All right, so let's try this real quick. Clive Christian Icon 20. This is the masculine one. I know because it says masculine. All right, let's see here. It says, a riot of petitgrain lifted with pink pepper and smooth cedar to create the masculine perfume of an iconic pair. All right, so pink pepper, cedar, and petitgrain. I'm not sure what I'm going to think about this. I don't typically like petitgrain. I like pink pepper, though. Clive Christian is okay as a house, but let's try it real quick. All right. It's pretty good. Lots of petitgrain. It is spicy, so you can smell that pink pepper, but it's not, at least on paper, it's not too spicy. So it kind of brings kind of like a texture to the petitgrain. It's nice. It smells lemony, which petitgrain doesn't always smell lemony to me. The cedar's not super strong. I think the cedar is in the background for like the weight of the fragrance. And it smells really nice. Does it smell worth the price? Not really sure. I've smelled fragrances like this before, though. Spicy, woody citrus. So this is something that you could probably find in like the aftershave world, I think, easily. So I'm gonna look more into a scent like this because I think this is good. Probably not worth it, but it's very good. So yeah, Iconic 20 or Icon 20. The masculine one, very good. Let's try the feminine one real quick here. Or let me get some more questions and I'll get to that one real quick. Look at that, Phoenix 101. That's my wife, by the way. That's Talia. Are you planning to buy your wife a new fragrance, any new fragrances in the near future? I don't know. Maybe I should write it in my journal. Fragrance 15 says Birmingham. Oh, okay, so Leeds is as close to Birmingham. About 20 minutes east of Birmingham. Oh, okay, cool. Very cool. Fragrance Addicted 15, how is cool water intense? How was that Davidoff Cool Water Intense? So I have a review of that coming, and it's not good. It's not. They sent it to me for a review too, so it's another one that I'm gonna have to trash in front of their face. But it's not good. The funny thing is, there's 3 notes: coconut, amber, and orange, and you can't smell any of those. Maybe the amber, but it doesn't even smell like cool water. It's just not good. It kind of starts off in the Dolce & Gabbana Intenso type of fragrance, that watery, fruity type of thing, and then changes into a kind of Tonka mess. It's not good. Watt Birder, hey Daver, greetings from Ireland. Greetings! Cynthia Day, Sauvage EDP, Blind Bought Encre Noir à l'Extrême, and Bentley for Men Intense, very cheap. Disappointed with both. Any opinions on either fragrance? So, I haven't tried Encre Noir à l'Extrême. I do really like Encre Noir, which I need to do a review of that, which I have here. Bentley Intense, I thought was okay. I remember smelling it and thinking, why is this being hyped? That's what I thought. Like, it was just an okay type of scent. And my thing about it is, like, what is the deal with these really expensive car manufacturers making fragrances that smell so cheap? Like, they have the budget to make really high-end fragrances to go with their really high-end cars, but then they make a fragrance line that smells really generic. That does not seem like a benefit to the brand. Senator says, Corrigan is great. It turns feminine on my skin. I could see that. I don't necessarily think it's feminine, but I can see why people would think that. I think it's a little bit more unisex, but maybe leans feminine in that realm. Lifestyle NV, I just blind ordered. Let me check Ajmal Silver Shade and let's see how it goes. Arnold, awesome. Thanks for the visual too. You're welcome. Goriella 2019, David, do you like Baccarat Rouge 540 or is it just a hype train? You know what? That's one that everyone is talking about recently and I haven't tried it. Though I've tried a lot of fragrances that are supposed to smell like it, though some of them smell very different from each other. So we'll see. If it smells like some of the fragrances I've smelled, I think that's it's okay, but not great. Tanner Watson, what's up, man? Thanks for the advice. Keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate it. Andrea C., what do you think about Cartier Linval EDP and when to wear it? I haven't tried that one, unfortunately. Tanner Watson says, yeah, I own land in Flat Rock, Alabama. It's in northern Alabama. Oh, cool. We went to, my family and I went to the Huntsville area about 2 years ago, and we liked it up there. I'm assuming that Flat Rock is close to Huntsville, but we liked it up there. We had some fun. What's funny is we went there and it was snowing, so that was really cool. It was snowing and it was around the Christmas holiday, so that was fun. That was a fun trip. Daniel Tall, Daver, thanks, Daver, appreciate it. You're welcome. Edo, hi. I was looking for my first niche fragrance. I have a nice cheap one, Encre Noir, Bentley, Agra Men. What do you suggest for my first niche brand? I was thinking Montal. Here is around $150. I think Montal is good. What's great about Montal and is bad about Montal is that they have a ton of fragrances. So if you're looking at Montal to try, they have a lot of variety there. And so there's a lot, and there will probably be something that you like. So I think that's if it's a good value for you, like it seems like it's going to be, then definitely check it out. I think that'd be good. If you can try, I always suggest imaginary authors, just because I really like imaginary authors, and I think that they have a pretty concise line that has a lot of really good fragrances that I just love and that I can highly suggest. So that's one place to go. Also too, for like niche brands that I think are really good. The Christian Dior Maison Privé collection, I think they changed the name. Their private collection, also really great. Really love Dior. Ian Wren says, suggestions for a budget fall fragrance, looking at Uomo Signature and Valentino Uomo Intense. I think both of those are okay if you like them. They're not fragrances that I really enjoy, but I think they're good. I think for fall fragrances, I do think that, even though I don't love them as much as I used to, the Mugler line has a lot of great fall fragrances that you can find for pretty cheaply, and especially like used bottles too. If you don't mind buying like a used bottle, you can get a great deal on those. Pure Van, Pure Malt, just a lot of the Pure line are great for the fall. I'm sure there are more that I can think of. Andrea C. And one more thing, have about 40, 50 fragrances and store them in a closet in a dark bedroom. Is it okay because I don't have AC in this room? I think that's okay. I mean, that's better than nothing. It's better than being in the light. I would still try to put it in a place where it can be cool, because the heat, if it gets really hot, I don't know how hot that room gets. If it's a temperate room and it stays within your comfort level, I think that will be fine. But if it gets really hot in that room, that will be bad for it. The heat will turn the fragrance. You'll start to lose some of the high notes, the top notes from a fragrance if you keep it in a hot room. But it's good that they're away from the dark. I don't know which would be worse. Probably the light would be worse than the heat, but the heat will still affect it over time. Chris Fairbarn suggests Mancera as a great niche starter fragrance line, and I agree. They're very similar to Montal. And sometimes, because I think he says the same perfumer. He says a lot of times you'll have releases that are almost exactly the same or very similar. The Warren SJWs, where do I get my splits from? I usually get them from like Neiman Marcus or places that sell like really big bottles. I haven't done splits in a long time though. Fragrance Addictive 15. What's my opinion on Armaf? I haven't tried them. I'm not in a big rush to try anything from Armaf. I don't like clone houses in general. So when people say, Armaf, whatever, smells like Green Irish Tweed, or Armaf, whatever, smells like Aventus, I really don't care. I don't care. I'm much more interested in fragrance lines that are trying to make something new or interesting. Even if they're making something that is a current trend, I'm much more interested in that than smelling just a clone. So I guess those are my opinions anyway. I haven't tried anything from them though. Tanner Watson, is there a fragrance close to Pure Malt? I love Pure Malt, but looking for another in that family. Yeah, I think one that I think is in the similar realm of Pure Malt is Layton by Parfums de Marley. I think it's kind of an upgraded version in some ways, but it's different. So, it's kind of like if they were both going in the same direction and then they forked off in different paths right before they each got released. That's what I think they're like. It's almost like a cousin of Pure Malt. There are other ones too that are very caramelly. I'm trying to think of some other ones that have a great caramel note. The Black Phantom has a great caramel note. Black Phantom by Kilian. And there are other fragrances that have a really good whiskey note too. Man, got so many questions. Thanks everyone for putting in the questions here. Lifestyle Envy says, thanks for the answer. I'm following the video with delay. Haha. I'm going to check on Dua Fragrances. Yeah, I know there's a delay, guys. Answering all the questions here. Join the Progress says, speaking of Tonka, you didn't mention pure Tonka among the Mugler that you wouldn't buy again in a recent video. Did you like it? I found out women were buying a lot of it when it was released. That was one that I totally forgot about. As you can tell in the video, I forgot a couple and then came back to it. Pure Tonka is one of them. I meant to mention it, but after the fact, didn't mention it. Pure Tonka was good, but it wasn't amazing. And that was one that I gave away. So I would definitely not buy that one. Not again, anyway. Rob B. Daver, what's your opinion on the House of Sillage line? I just tried number 1, and the performance is underwhelming to say the least. I think I have some samples from them, but haven't tried it. Haven't tried really that many yet. So I don't really have an in-depth opinion yet. Chris Fairbarn says, what is your favorite house? I don't know if I have one favorite house. I know some people know some of my favorites. If you watch my videos for a while, I know some people can predict, like Imagining Authors, Dior. Those are two that I really enjoy. Some other ones that I do like Parfums de Marley a lot. I like Mugler, though things have changed with them. I like Tom Ford. I do like Creed, though I don't love everything that Creed makes. And they do need a winner soon, man. Jolita Lika, or Leica, says, good evening, Dave. What is your opinion on Lalique Hommage à l'Homme and Voyageur? I don't know if I've tried those. So I have Lalique Homme, and that one was really kind of old school, and it's nice for what it is, but I didn't really like it. And I think that one must be a flanker of L'Homme or Homme or whatever it is. And I haven't tried Voyageur. Join the Progress. Hello from Rochester, New York, by the way. Awesome. Hey, how are you doing? Thong Jin Yang says, greetings from Malaysia. Love your videos. What do you think of La Adventure Night versus Armaf Tres Nuit? Well, first of all, thank you for watching. And thank you for joining. La Adventure Night is pretty good. I haven't tried Armaf. I haven't tried any from Armaf, so I don't really know how they compare. But La Adventure Night obviously smells similar to Green Irish Tweed. It's not exactly the same. So for me, I would much rather spend the money on Green Irish Tweed rather than like a clone of it. But La Adventure Night is good for the price. So I think that if you don't love Green Irish Tweed, but you want a fragrance that smells similar to that, La Adventure Night would be my choice. Chris Fairbarn says, you're bang on about the car thing. I never understood that. Yeah, it's crazy. Daniel Tall, yeah, I tried Jaguar Pace. Pretty yuck. Yeah, the Jaguar line, awful. Let me smell one more real quick, and I'll get to some more questions. Let's try, I'll say Banana Republic. I'll smell this one real quick. This one is Iconic 20, the feminine one. So let's try that. All right, notes, it says an explosion of damask rose laced with honey and saffron to create a feminine perfume of an iconic pair. All right, so that sounds pretty good. I like damask rose typically, if it's not too strong. All right, let's try. Phoenix 101. Maybe I should get you. I should get you rolling in love, Phoenix 101. That's what I should get you. Or I should get my wife. This is okay. It's kind of like. It's a rose scent with kind of like a scratchy high note on it. Almost, I don't want to say hairspray. It doesn't have like a hairspray note, but it's scratchy and high, if that makes any sense. Damask rose is there. Definitely in the powdery range already. I can smell like that powdery rose, almost like you're smelling like Cabbage Patch Kids or something. I'm a dad. I know what Cabbage Patch Kids smell like, y'all. Some of it is okay. Like there's that, what is in there? There's a citrusy thing. Oh, there's honey. The honey is nice in there. Saffron is okay. That one's just okay. I think the masculine version is better. All right, let's get to some more questions real quick. Oh, got a super chat here from Ian. Ian Wren. Let's see, I can't see. Did you ask a question, Ian? Oh, nuts. I can't see if you asked a question. Thank you so much, Ian. I really appreciate that. Got $2 from Ian Wren. Thank you so much. All right, there we go. G. Pavlato says, hi, Dave. Which fragrance would you suggest in the $130 to $150 range for the winter? I'm looking for something sweet and dark, like Black Phantom by Kilian or Tabac Rouge from Faydon. Oh, boy. Man. I think if you're looking for those type of fragrances, it's going to be hard to find one that is that similar. Black Phantom is excellent. I mean, it is excellent. If you can find a split of it, or maybe even a smaller bottle of it, try to do that. I know that they sell refill bottles too from by Kilian, and the refill bottles are not like the official bottles in the coffin case. So what you'll do is you'll get like, it comes with a sprayer, and then just kind of a plain bottle. They're meant to refill the larger decants they have. So if you can find a refill bottle, you can save a lot of money doing that. But I don't know of, like I don't really keep track necessarily of price ranges. And those fragrances, I'm not really sure if I could find one that would be exactly like it. Tabac Rouge is similar to Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, but more dry and not as sweet. So I'm not really sure. Yeah, Rob B says just buy the refill from Black Phantom for that price. That's what I would suggest too. Beef Curtain 69 says Lenval is very nice Cartier designer scent. I love both the EDT and the EDP. I need to try them for sure. Gregory Roback says, what is my favorite niche house? Like I said, I think I have just a number of favorite niche ones like Imaginary Authors and the Privé line by Christian Dior. Really like those a lot. Parfums de Marley. Those are really good. Huffy Bravado. I love Guerlain L'Homme Ideal EDP, but the performance is not the best. Can you suggest some similar fragrance that have a similar scent character? Okay, so I haven't tried the EDP. I've tried the EDT. The EDT was very similar to what is it? Pure Van by Thierry Mugler. Try that one for sure. And Thierry Mugler on me it lasts a while. And I'm pretty pleased with the performance that I get from Tobacco Vanille. Pure Van. So definitely check that one out. Also too, Naxos by Xerjoff is a similar type of fragrance. It's more money. So, but I think it's a niche upgrade, as I say. So check that one out for sure. Ian Wren says, thanks, Saver. Pure Malt was definitely an option. Thank you, my friend. You're welcome. Glad to help. Ian Wren says, good job pronouncing my name. I have a friend named Ian, so yeah, I know what you mean. Lifestyle Envy says, I have to join in next time. It's so weird to see a live video with 10-minute lag. It's honestly, sorry about the wait, but it's just that I'm trying to answer all the questions. Lifestyle Envy, which one would you choose between Parfums de Marley, Carlisle, Leighton, or Leighton Exclusive? I've heard amazing things about those three. I would go with Leighton. Carlisle is really good if memory serves. Some of them, I've mentioned this before, but some of their names run together in my mind. But Leighton is, I think, excellent. Excellent. I really like Leighton. Leighton Exclusive is good too. It's really good. To me, the Exclusive smells similar to Leighton, but with a more avant-garde twist. So it has kind of a smoky green quality to it that works well there, but it brings kind of a smokiness to it. Goriella 2019, I love your story about Creed Original Santal. You have a big heart. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It's one that I'll always have in my collection because of my family and my wife. John Tarakjian, sorry for mispronouncing your name, John. That's how you say John, right? John? I'm kidding. What are your top 2 or 3 imaginary authors' perfumes? I know Memoirs of a Trespasser is one of them. Yeah, definitely. Memoirs of a Trespasser is probably my all-time favorite from them. Sundrunk is another one that I really love from them, and I wear a lot. I've worn it a lot this summer. St. Julep is also a lot. I've worn it a lot this summer. St. Julep is also really good, though it doesn't last a long time on me. What's another one I really like? I really like City on Fire, though I don't wear it a whole lot, mostly because I think it needs to be worn in really cold weather. And also, too, because it's aggressively smoky, I don't always want to smell like that. But another one that I like to wear a lot, especially starting in the fall and the winter, is Cobra and the Canary. Excellent, excellent. So I know I gave you more than 2 or 3, but those are some of my favorites. James Mitchell, am I concerned about the Popeyes chicken sandwich shortage? No, because I'm going to go Chick-fil-A, yo. No, but honestly, though, I really do actually want to try the chicken sandwich because everyone's trying it. But I'm not going to try it until like a couple weeks from now when all the thing has gone down. The thing is, too, it's like Popeyes has never been that great. Like, there's nothing that Popeyes excels at except for like their bone-in chicken. And I don't even love that. But I know my wife really likes it. But like everyone's is comparing them to Chick-fil-A and stuff like that. To me, Chick-fil-A's food itself is like on a different level for fast food. I mean, they're just on a different level. But on top of that, their service is also on a different level. Like it's rare that you go to Chick-fil-A and ever have a bad experience. But Popeyes is just like any other type of fast food chain in which they don't really care about you. So I'm not in a hurry to try Popeyes chicken sandwich, though I'll try it eventually and compare it. But I've already seen like it just seems like another chicken sandwich with mayonnaise. Everyone has a chicken sandwich. Theirs just looks like just a normal chicken sandwich, but with their flavoring that they put on their chicken. And I haven't been a big fan of their chicken to start with, so not a big deal to me. That was a much longer answer than you're probably expecting for that funny joke. Brady Schmidt says, any fall winter scents everyone should get? I don't like to say that everyone should get something, but there's a couple that I just got that I really love. One of them I've mentioned on the last stream too, and that one is Ristretto Intense Cafe. Absolutely, really love the scent. A lot like the original Intense Cafe from Montal, but has a better coffee note at the top. So I really enjoy that a lot. And this one has been one that I've been going to a couple of times. This is what I'm going to wear today. So I've just decided that's what my scent of the day is going to be today. But I've just tried another one too. I'll get to you in a minute, Phoenix. But I just tried another one too by Tiziana Terenzi called Caput Mundi. And that one just blew my mind. So that one is a sandalwood fragrance. It's a spicy, woody fragrance with sandalwood. and spice. Maybe a little bit of rose and a little bit of oud in there in the background. But I would say it's like a perfect sandalwood, spicy sandalwood type of fragrance. So Caput Mundi is incredible. Phoenix 101 says, Popeyes isn't that great? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Just wait until you get to this comment. Popeyes for the win. Beef Curtain 69, that face in the thumbnail is quite disturbing. Is it? Is it? Rob B, which Dior would you recommend? I'm interested in the line, but the longevity seems to be lacking in most of them. I haven't found that to be the case. On me, most of the Diors are fine. Like, I really like their private collection. The niche line is fantastic. I know they've gone through kind of a relaunch of it, and I haven't tried many of the new ones. I've tried about half of them, I think, and they're pretty good. Ombre Nuit, I mean, that's a must-have for me anyway. But I think that's a must-try anyway for most people. I think that's an excellent one. Sauvage, I think, definitely is one that you should at least try if you haven't. And try the EDP, try the Parfum. To me, Dior Homme, the original Dior Homme, the EDT, is incredible. Though I do know that some people do get not great longevity on that, but on me, it's always pretty good. But I do have an older version. Definitely try the Dior Homme Intense, too. I don't think it's as good as Dior Homme, but I think Dior Homme Intense is still good on its own. Try Dior Homme Parfum, though I think it's the weakest of the three. And then one of my favorites from Dior recently has been Dior Homme Cologne, which is incredible summer fragrance. Lifestyle says, thank you so much, Dave. I'll definitely keep following you. You're welcome. See, I answered you this time. Lifestyle Envy says, you suffer for us so we could smell great. Haha, I've tested some random fragrances blindly myself, and I'd rather avoid blind testing. What is your funniest, worst experience with a fragrance? Okay, so my funniest and worst experience with a fragrance was when doing a first impression of Lord of Goathorn. That one was, I have a video of that. If you haven't seen it already, it was hilarious and traumatizing at the same time. Excuse me. Let's see. Lejuk Chandy says, tell me about Nasamato Black Afghano. Black Afghano is really good. I think Black Afghano is really dark and woody and smoky and sappy and stanky. Some people really like that. I'm not a huge fan of it. I would also say that if you want to try something like that, try Laudanno Nero by Tiziana Terenzi. I think it's probably better, and it's a much better value, I think, even though it's still a niche fragrance. Watt Birder, Daver, did you jump on the Mula Mula bandwagon? Took a chance, and have to say it's very pleasant and performs very well. Great for autumn and winter, sweet and spicy. I haven't tried it yet. I gotta check it out. I've heard the name, so I gotta try it. Brady Schmidt, which Blue de Chanel do you recommend? EDT. I think that one's still probably the better one of the ones that I've tried. Goriella 2019, are you and Jer going to release more reviews just like the good old days? Probably not. Jer is back in town. I just saw him the other day. But he's not going to join the channel permanently. He may do like a guest appearance here and there, but probably not. Also, too, like, the community itself has changed, and doing just reviews doesn't really get the attention that other videos do. So in a lot of ways, straight up reviews are kind of dead. Andre Bill, what's my favorite gourmand scent? So I know I'm kind of a broken record. I think one of my favorite gourmands is Pure Malt by Mugler. I think that's incredible. Black Phantom is incredible as well. What are some other ones that I really enjoy? I would say Like I was saying, talking about Ristretto Intense Cafe, I would say that's kind of in the gourmand range. Coffee, vanilla, caramel, it has some rose in there. That one's really good. What are some more that I really like? I do like gourmands a good bit. Memoirs of a Trespasser, not necessarily a gourmand, but it's very vanilla heavy and also woody. I think that's excellent. Corrigan, not necessarily a gourmand, but sweet and woody, excellent as well. Idole, which is very boozy, is excellent. Man, I have to think more about that. There's so many gourmands that are good. Oh, another one from by Kilian is Intoxicated. That one's really good. Gregory Roback asks, thanks, Dave. I have Herod, Leighton, and Owajon from PDM, Parfums Marley, and love them. Have you ever sampled any from imaginary authors? What would you recommend for a few to try first? Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah. Like I was saying, I would try as many as you can from imaginary authors. The great thing about imaginary authors, go and buy a sample pack from them. If you buy a sample pack, they'll actually probably give you more than you asked for. They're really generous about samples. So the ones that I would definitely recommend trying, I mean, the whole line is fantastic. If you can try to get the whole line, definitely check out the whole line. But Memoirs of a Trespasser, Cobra and the Canary, Every Storm a Serenade, Sundrunk. What are some other ones that, St. Julep. Those are probably at the top of my list. And then they have more that are kind of second tier, but those are kind of at the top of my list at least. But if you buy some samples from them, they may throw in some other things too. Can't promise that they will, but they're really good about doing that anyway. Juan Carlos, how do you review a fragrance? What's your process? My process is pretty simple and pretty straightforward. I usually try it at least 3 times. I'll try it on paper at first when I just get it. Try it on my hand to see what I smell kind of up close. And I don't consider that necessarily 3 times, but I'll give it like 3 days of wear after that process and then see what I think. Sometimes things don't normally bubble up to my thoughts until after I've tried it for a few times. So that process is important. And then I used to write them down in a journal. I have a few journals here and I would write it down. I really enjoy the pen and paper writing process. So I used to do that a lot more with straight up reviews anyway. Now that I kind of drifted away from just hardcore reviews, I have less of that. So I usually don't do that. But writing it down kind of keeps my train of thought organized. That's usually what I do. And then I'll usually review them in a batch or shoot videos in a batch. So I'll usually do like at least 3 videos at a time, though if I can do more, that's even better. Nathaniel Alexander, hey David, love your content. Have you ever tried Khitan Men? I have. I think it's okay. I don't think it's amazing. I think it's okay. Kind of just a run-of-the-mill citrusy fragrance. So it's okay. Smart Fart, hi David from New York. Agreed both on the car manufacturers. Ugh, so bad. And Creed needing to do something soon. I'm a Montel fan, ESP, especially their ouds. Have a great weekend. Thank you. You too. Have a great extended weekend. John Tarakjian, you got the name right. Awesome. Really quickly, what do you think? Heartache and Oh Unknown. I think they're great. Those are my kind of second tier fragrances. I own full bottles of those, and I personally probably wouldn't unless they sent them to me for like a review or something. But Oh Unknown is great. It's a really dry tea fragrance, and I think it's great, especially if you like tea. Very authentic tea note as well. Beautiful tea. So if you like that type of thing, very dry, really good. Cape Heartache is excellent. on the sweeter side, which took me by surprise when I first smelled it. Strawberry, very sweet strawberry, mixed with kind of a Christmas tree type of smell. Very interesting, though. I think the Cape Heartache, to me, is, I don't wear it that often. I think it's probably one of his weaker scents. It's one of his first scents, but I do know that's one of his more popular scents. So I'm probably not, I'm not in the majority on that. But, so that's a different tier. He has a lot of other fragrances that I really enjoy too, like Mosaic, City on Fire, excellent. Gregory Roback asks, have you ever been to a wine cave where wineries store the fermenting oak barrels and the woody wine smell is amazing? Do you know of any fragrances that smell similar? I don't know of any fragrances that smell similar, but there probably are fragrances that smell like that. I would look to maybe Frappan. So Frappan, they do a lot of boozy fragrances. And I haven't tried the whole line, but Frappan, they're known for like their cognacs and their spirits and that type of thing. And a lot of their fragrances have like that boozy type of thing. Check them out. They may have something that smells like that. I have been to a winery before. I don't think a winery cave necessarily. Maybe I have. I'm not sure. But my dad lives in the Houston area, and there's a winery out there. And we went one time for like a wine tasting. It was actually really nice. The winery was actually phenomenal. You wouldn't think that about like a winery, a vineyard in Texas, but it was really good. Lifestyle says, thank you, Dave. Keep following. Yeah, I already answered that one. Fragrance Addicted says, later, Dave, or War Eagle. Yes, that's right, War Eagle. Lifestyle says, I'm going to check it right after the video. Haha. Ionut Brinzy says, the most elegant fragrance for you is, sorry for my poor English. Your English is great. Thank you for the question. The most elegant fragrance for me, it's hard to answer. There's many, there's a few. I think the one that always comes to mind is Royal Oud by Creed. That one just has like a certain something that has just a really refined, elegant feel to it. I love wearing it, especially at like weddings, really nice events. Love doing that. So that's one of my go-tos. Stefan Sorensen says, greetings, Daver. Hey, how you doing, Stefan? I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right either. I try my best. And then I get blasted in the comments for mispronouncing one small thing. Not from you, but from other people. G. Pavlados says, which are the most seductive fragrances that you have smelled? I don't know. It's hard to really say, like, from my perspective, what a seductive fragrance would be, because you'd have to ask the person that I would want to seduce, like, which would be my wife. In her perspective, some of her favorite fragrances on me are just like really clean smelling fragrances, or fresh ones, or even original Santal. But I don't like to think of fragrances as seductive, because I don't think that really plays a huge part of it. I know that scent itself does, and but I think that, I don't know. I have to develop my thoughts here, because I don't think I have a full idea that I want to express, but I understand why people want a seductive fragrance, and I understand what they're talking about, but I think that there's a disconnect between the idea of seduction and fragrance there. So I can't really say exactly what my thought is yet. I have to think about it more. Lifestyle Envy says, P.S. I just jumped on the video. It wasn't your fault. I joined the live stream late and I wanted to fully watch it. So I was watching it with a 10-minute lag. Haha, not recommended. Oh, okay. Stefan Sorensen says, Sit of the day, Atelier Pomelo Parodies. Still heartbroken that you gave up on that one. I didn't necessarily give up. I do really like that one. I still have it. I do want to sell it though, just because I think that Sundrunk for me does the same thing that Pomelo Parodies did, but adds a little bit more to it. And so I like Sundrunk just more. Jason Pohl says, how do you feel about Silver Mountain Water as a men's fragrance? Some say it smells a bit feminine. I do think that it smells a bit feminine, but I think it's more of a unisex scent, so I don't think that's necessarily overtly feminine. My wife actually wears Silver Mountain Water. So I had Silver Mountain Water and I gave it to her. So that gives you kind of where we are. I didn't love Silver Mountain Water on me, so I didn't wear it. But when she wore it, I thought it smelled phenomenal. But other men like it. So different people, different strokes for different folks. You know, different people like different things. Different people have different perspectives on what they think is feminine or masculine smelling to them. Some men like really rosy fragrances, whereas I think that smells kind of grandmotherly. So it kind of just depends on where you're from. I don't think that if you're looking for, so I don't know if you own Silver Mountain Water or if you haven't tried it or whatnot. If you haven't tried it, definitely try it. I think it's a fantastic fragrance from Creed. Definitely one of their better fragrances. If you own it and you're just asking for like an opinion, if other people are saying something like that, I don't think that you need other people to validate your opinions or dissuade you from wearing what you love. I think you should wear what you love regardless of what the common opinion would be. So if you like wearing like an outright women's fragrance, I say do it. If you're a woman and you outright like to wear a men's fragrance, do it. Or whatever, you know. No one's gonna know most of the time. No one's gonna say, are you wearing a women's fragrance? And no one, if they do suspect that, hardly anyone's gonna say anything. And if you wear something that you love, got 20% battery life. If you wear something that you love, then that's gonna affect your mood. I think that's one of the most important things. James Mitchell, I love the smell of Dior's Poison on a woman. Is there a more masculine fragrance that reminds you of the notes in Poison? Ooh, I'm not sure. I know I'm not sure. I don't have a whole lot of experience with Poison, honestly. I need to try that one. I know one of the Poison flankers has a strong almond note, and almond is very common in fragrances that you could try. I think one of them, Carlisle, I think is by Parfums Marley, has an almond note, but I'm not really sure. Sorry about that. Phoenix 101 says, seriously though, is there a men's fragrance with a silky note or kind of vibe? Any that you don't even have at home? Silky. I mean, I do think that there are fragrances that have that type of smooth, silky type of scent to them, maybe even like a sheer thing. But I don't know if that translates to someone else thinking that it's silky or sheer. So Phoenix 101, I don't know if I have any that you think would be silky, even though I might. I'm not really sure. I can't think of any off the top of my head that have like that silky feel to them or smell. Brady Schmidt says, any fragrances that remind you of Christmas or winter in general? Not really. I know one fragrance that I kind of go to around that time is Cape Heartache sometimes, just because it has that conifer note in there. Another one that I wear around that time is Original Santal, just because, I don't know, just because I like it, and it's comfortable, and I like wearing it around my family, and it's perfect for that season. It doesn't really remind me of Christmas necessarily, but that's one I like to do. I know some people have said like Tobacco Vanille. Not necessarily for me. I'm honestly not a huge fan of Tobacco Vanille like I used to be. But so I have a whole bunch of stuff that I need to sell, by the way. But yeah, I don't know. Those are a few anyway. Wattburger, PDM Pegasus for the almond note. That's right, Pegasus, that's the one. Sanitar, Oud Silk Mood by MFK. That must be the silky one that he's suggesting. I didn't find that was very silky, though. Oh, man, I'm so behind. Huffy Bravado, top 5 vanilla fragrances. Oh, man, that'd be hard. Top 5. Well, Imagining Authors would definitely be in there. I think Eau de Beau by L'Occitane would definitely be in there. What are some other ones? Top 5 vanilla fragrances. Man. I think probably Kismet by Luban would be in there. Oh, man. That'd be hard. I can't think of 2 more. Though I know I have a whole bunch of vanilla fragrances that would be good. I have to think about that. That's a good question. MS says, hi, I'd like to see more videos with your wife. Do you guys share fragrances? If so, could you show us some of them? I'm a female viewer who would love to explore fragrances marketed towards men. So I'll definitely have my wife on as like a if I'm reviewing any female fragrances, which I will have some lined up in the future. If I'm reviewing any of those, I'll definitely have her on in the video, but not necessarily in like a second reviewer, but have her opinion represented. So I'll have her talk about it in the video, like I did with I think it was Aura, Alien, Aura Mugler. I had that with her. I think that was the one I had with her. Anyway, but there's one recently where I had a female fragrance and I had her there. I'll have that again, but I'm sure she'd love hearing that, so thank you for that. As far as shared fragrances, we don't really share fragrances, though she does have fragrances that I've given her that she really likes. Like there was a Dior Cologne, was it Royal Cologne? Cologne Royale, Cologne Royale that she really likes. I gave her Silver Mountain Water that I gave her that she loves. Alien Eau Extraordinaire, she loves. Chanel Mademoiselle, she loves. She wears those all the time. Oh yeah, another one is Still Life by Olfactive Studio, she loves. All those two, I think, except for some of the more overt feminine ones like Alien and Chanel Mademoiselle, I think those could definitely be some that I would share, but I just didn't. I prefer, for me, having separation, because I want her to smell like her, and I want to be reminded of that, and I want me to smell like me, and have that remind me of me. Whenever we get into like the shared fragrances thing, to me it muddies the water emotionally and cognitively, thinking of her and me with that smell. I'd much rather have an emotional association, scent memory attached just to her, rather than having a shared one. Ian Wren, are you affiliated with any decant retailers? Really enjoy doing business with a decant boutique. Not really. I'm not affiliated really. I mean, I may have affiliate links to them, but not really. You can always check my affiliate links to see if there's any in the comments in the video description. I have a lot of affiliate links to the sites that I trust. Juan Carlos, thanks for answering all my questions. You're welcome. Lumi Cormel, best non-citrus perfumes for hot and moist summer. Greetings from Greece. That's really difficult. Most fragrances for summer are going to have some type of citrus in there. I think one that I think is really good is Every Storm a Serenade. I mentioned that before. Oud Mineral by Tom Ford. Those are not citrusy fragrances, but they are good for summer at the same time, but they're woody, and those I think are some good ones. You may go in the floral range too. I think Silver Mountain Water has a kind of floral aspect. That one's really good. Sometimes that floral musky range is a good alternative to citrusy fragrances. Thong Jin Yang says, Royal Oud versus Oud Wood. That's a hard one. It kind of depends. I think for me, the edge would probably go to Royal Oud, just because I think it's more wearable. But I typically, honestly, wear oud wood more, especially in the fall and winter. They're both very different. Even though there's oud in the name, the oud smells differently in both of those. And honestly, I don't think that they're very oud-like. They're not very oud heavy. Royal Oud doesn't overtly smell like oud to me. It smells more like like a thick tobacco aromatic type of thing. And then oud wood smells more like dry vetiver and spice and wood, but not but not really oud necessarily. BP Wool, hey Brad, how you doing, man? Says I've been busy testing the Guy Fawkes lineup recently. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the line. The sampler is $20 for 6 fragrances. You know, I haven't tried that one. I need to try that one out. So thank you for bringing that one to my attention. I haven't even heard that one yet. So thank you. What birder, you obviously are a Creed fan. Have to say, Bois de Portugal has jumped right up the ranks for me. Longevity great also. Rank high in your opinion? Bois de Portugal is great, but I haven't had a lot of experience with it. I think I have a sample of it somewhere, but I need to wear it more. But I do remember thinking, wow, it smells great. But that's about all I remember. Handoko Angung Fuandi. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing your name. I'm sure that I'm mispronouncing your name. Says, hi Dave, still waiting on your review of Xerjoff Alexandria 2. High five from Indonesia. High five from Alabama. Okay, so the thing with Xerjoff is it's really difficult for me to get Xerjoff samples here without buying them. As a reviewer, keeping up with demand for new fragrances or even fragrance reviews at all is difficult in itself. I think I actually have I may have a sample that I got because I'm going to do a video recent. Okay, so let me back up. I did a poll on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I did a poll on Instagram asking me some suggestions to try from Lucky Scent. So I bought about 7 samples from Lucky Scent. I think Alexandria 2 was on there. But I'm going to be making a video about viewer-submitted fragrances to try. So, and that's going to be that's going to be in the future. So I think Alexandria 2 is on the list. The thing with Xerjoff 2 is that Xerjoff would be willing to send me some samples if I lived in Europe. But they won't send them to the US. So Stefan Sorensen says Sundrop. We'll make note of that and look it up. Okay, so it's not Sundrop. It's actually Sun Drunk, like drinking, Sun Drunk, by imaginary authors, and it's phenomenal. It's very similar to Pomelo Paradis, but with a very tart rhubarb at the top, and then it has a very similar grapefruit type vibe, though I don't think that there's grapefruit in the notes listed. It's very similar. Rob B, does Bois de Portugal have a grandpa vibe? It's the only reason I haven't sampled it yet. I'm 20. I don't remember it having one, but like I said, I haven't had a whole lot of experience with it. Ionut Brinze says, you're a Guerlain fan? Which one do you love more? I like Guerlain, but don't love it. I haven't tried a ton from Guerlain, but probably my favorite from Guerlain is Rose Barbar. And their art collection, that one's incredible. That one's just incredible. Chrissy O says, hi, Daver. Speaking of rose fragrances, I agree that they smell grandmotherly. I wish I could find a really spicy dark rose. I might like that. Any ideas? Yeah. What is it? Oh, okay. So first of all, if you like a spicy dark rose, try Ombre Nuit by Christian Dior. I mean, that's as spicy and dark and musky as it comes. And I love that one. Not a huge rose fan. Love that one. That one's incredible. So I think that one, to me, would be at the top of the list. There are probably more. I have to think about that more. Spicy dark rose. So one that I just tried is Caput Mundi by Tiziana Terenzi. That one has sandalwood. And I think it's more of a masculine scent, but probably in the unisex realm a little bit. And that one has rose and spice in there, though I wouldn't necessarily call it a dark, spicy rose. Might be worth it. Also, what is it? Casanova by Tiziana Terenzi is, I think, in that realm. Let's see. Guriella 2019 says, have you tried Tom Ford Oud Wood Intense? It's supposed to get people shocked. I have. Have a review of it. It's okay. I like it. It's good, but I wish it smelled more like the original Oud Wood. But it's still good on its own. Let's see. Mexighost Hunter 86, cool name, by the way, says, hello, Dave. Hello, how are you doing? Initio's High Frequency for an almond note. Okay, there you go. That's a good suggestion. Max Testy, hey, how are you doing? Says, hi, David. Greetings from London. Hey, your video reviews are my favorites. Thank you. I appreciate it. Brady Schmidt, best place to get samples for niche. Lucky Scent is one. I think that's probably the best place. Very reputable, trusted site. Love them a lot. Bought several things from them. Really like them. Perfumed Court, I think. Is that the name? They have decants there. That's another trusted one that I would go to. Huffy Bravado says, thank you, Daver. I'll go do some push-ups now. That's right. Gotta get that swole on, yo. My ear's itching. Goodness. Ahmad Iron Maiden says, Daver, hey, how you doing? Getting all these voice messages from a friend here on Instagram. Ian Wren, got to get back to work, Daver. Keep up the great job. Okay, good to see you, Ian. Thanks for coming. My battery's about to die in a little bit, guys, so I'll have to cut it in just a little bit. Lumi Cormel says, thank you for your answer, brother. I'll definitely check out your suggestions. Thank you. Yeah, definitely check them out. Of course, I have affiliate links and stuff like that down below, so anytime you buy anything from them, it always supports my channel, so thank you for that. Oh, awesome. I'm all cut up. Let's see. Centaur Fragrance said, I would love to hear your thoughts on Guy Fawkes too. Thank you. I'll definitely check them out. So thank you, Brad, BP Wool, and Centaur Fragrance. Centaur Fragrance says, Rose d'Arabie by Armani Privé. Gorgeous. That's probably a dark, spicy rose. I definitely have to try that out. I want to try more from that Armani Privé line. I got to try them out. Jim R. Hey, Jim. How are you doing? Says, have you tried any of the V Canto scents discounted on FragranceNet and most crafted by Paolo Terenzi? I have not. Though that sounds fantastic. I got to check that one out for sure. Let's see. Is it Ale or Ale? Ale Bisco or Ale Bisco? I'm not sure. It says, hi, Daver. Your favorite MFK and PDM. So funny. I know exactly what you mean because it's the perfume speak. Maison Francis Kirk de Jean. I really like Aqua Universalis. I really like those fragrances. I think that's probably my favorite, though they're light. Like those a lot. I've tried a few in the Aqua Universalis range and like all of them. As far as perfumes to Marley, my favorite's probably Herod. DFW Shade says, in advance, another great live chat, and thanks for the info and engagement. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the questions, guys. Christy O, thanks for the suggestions. You're welcome, Christy. Jim R, howdy. Watt Birder, take it easy, Daver. Good live stream. I'm out. Go charge that battery. Yeah, thank you, Watt Birder. Thank you. Jim R, MFK and PDM, BFD, LOL. Yeah, that's right. Later, cheers. Thanks, Jim. I've got to go too, guys. Thank you for everyone for joining me. Definitely check out the suggestions that I made. Phoenix 101 smooches. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on this live chat. I got to do a couple of things. Got to get a video up to later today, hopefully tonight. So I will check you all guys later. Thank you so much for the live chat, super chat. Someone sent me a donation there, so thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week. I'm going to try to do a live chat every week. This time works great for me, but if there's a better time for you guys, I'll consider that too. So let me know. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time.